Just dropped off Oliver to daycare and headed to Shogun right now. Or I'm headed to a coffee shop that is close by to Shogun so that I can take pictures for about an hour once it opens, and then head back home to keep doing work. So before, the way I kind of arranged the day, I would go back home and then I would leave for Shogun around like 11:30 and take pictures. And what I realized is that if I drop off Oliver and then go directly to the coffee shop that's across the street from Shogun, then I can save some commute time, because it doesn't really make sense to keep going back and forth between the two. Hoping that saving this little bit of commute time will make it easier to get in there and do photos on a more regular basis. It's been hard to get in there with the work with the application process for Reforge. Just felt like I never had time. So glad to be picking it back up again and kind of improving those photography skills a little bit. So at least I know what's entailed in doing photography for food. You know, even though it's not something that like I want to do myself forever by any means, but it's good to continue developing that skills and having a bit of knowledge around it, so I can be educated regarding what it takes. So I'll get to this coffee shop. I will finish the newsletter that I've been working on, that I started working on yesterday, do Reforge for about 2 hours, and then go do the shoot for an hour, get back home. And, I have a interview with a content strategist for Reforge, so we'll do that. Need to prep for that interview, and then have to call Vanguard to bump up some investments, some automatic investments, and just keep working on Reforge stuff actually for the rest of the day. So that'll be it. It's cool to see how the process keeps continuing to change and figure out how to juggle all these different things, because sometimes it can feel like you're a little bit just scattered everywhere, but I'm trying to figure it out and just keep the chains moving on all these different projects while I have the bandwidth and while I have the time and while I have the energy to do so. Just wrapped the Shogun shoot and went pretty well. It's cool that I think I'm getting better with the process and it's not as involved. Like you can just kind of show up and have the camera, and as long as I have some sunlight coming through those windows, which if I go at 11:30 it should be no problem, then I'm good to go. I don't need to bring a whole bunch of props and do a bunch of whole different things now that I've got a few under my belt. Obviously I can keep improving with the process, but nice to know that I can just go in, takes about an hour, I can knock out 5 different pieces of 5 different items off the menu, go in, shoot it, and then kind of like get back to regular work. And I think I'll obviously need to continue to get better with the whole process of reviewing photos and deciding which ones I'm going to use, and then distributing it to the people who are helping me design these images for Shogun. Basically like putting these processes into place, right? And getting better at all of this as I try to spin up a better media company, and all the things I want to do. So got some sushi for Amy, bringing it home now, and gonna get back to work. Have that interview at 3 o'clock. So I need to go home, prep for that, do some other Reforge stuff. And that is it.
Good boy, babe. Alexa, play most played songs.
Here's a new album you might like by Nora Jones.
This is the beginning of your chef career.